combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
This is a newly released Dragon Ball mobile game that you've definitely never played before. The official here...
In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again, they can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children.
All right, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's just 2 minutes left. But Shalom, right? First and foremost, when you all praises, all honor and all glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, or Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and GMS. Shalom to you, brothers, that's preaching and teaching the truth across the four winds on earth. And just real quick, right? breaking news, right? And, everything is escalating, which is beautiful, right? It is beautiful. Keep it going. And like I said, Trump is the man with the plan. He is the guy to do it, man. I don't see anybody else coming up after him. But we're gonna see how it plays out, because he has what, 2 more years? Two more years? I don't keep track no more. I don't know. I think it's 2. He's going on his 2nd year this year, I believe, and he has 2 more after. But hopefully we won't see the end. Hopefully we see the end this year, right? Because it's time to get out of here. The behavior and everything that you see, going on is pre-flood behavior, how it was going on back then. Now this flood is going to be with fire, not going to be with water anymore, man. And, hopefully, this things continue to escalate. They crash the economy, crash the system, bringing the market to be, so we can get out of here, man. And it's just crazy to think about, that this could be the year, right, that we get to go home. It's like all of this hell and all of this shit that's been happening to us, as the people throughout history, through captivity to captivity to captivity, and then now it's coming to an end, man. And yeah, it's gonna be scary, it's gonna be bad times, of course, right? But we can't get home unless these things happen, right? Yahushua can't sit on the throne, right, until these things happen. So prophecy has to play out, man, right? And we know that. And these people, when you go through the comments of all these videos, these people have no clue what Trump is getting ready to lead y'all into. Y'all have no clue what he's leading y'all into. Tomorrow, Iran needs to go. Good job, Trump, this and that. But some people, right, some of the MAGA people actually are waking up to be like, okay, he's doing too much, right? He's not doing what he said he was going to do. Right, but you people voting is stupid, because no president does what they said they were going to do. It's like you honestly buy into the sweet nothings, just like how women buy into the sweet nothing that the men tell them. And you've been hearing sweet nothings for 45 presidents, and nothing's changed. It's only got worse. But now you think he's gonna come in because he is, more honest or whatever the case may be, right? That he's gonna do he's gonna do what's best for the Americans, which is just not the case. He's doing the bidding of the elite. He don't give a fuck about you damn Americans, right? He talking about praying for the families. You don't give a fuck about the people that's dying. They give no fuck, man. And excuse the French, but they don't care. They don't care about the people that's dying, but they get on the news to play the card. And I can't wait to see how this all plays out. When Jacob's Trouble, martial law, and all this stuff kicks off, because I can't wait to see the horns really come out of these people, man, because that's what's gonna happen. the horns are gonna come out, because there ain't gonna be no more Mr. Nice Guy come on the TV acting like he cares. No, it's gonna be brutally honest. You see, but that's how they, even though I want to say that's how they get in office, because the elites, are in charge of all those things. But they play on the emotions of you people, because that's how they know that, what drives society, pleasing to the emotions of the people. Right? But a lot of the MAGA people are waking up to like, hey, this guy's not doing what he's saying to do. Right? I just seen a post about a MAGA guy going off about Trump, right? About what he's doing, because a lot of people realize that, you think you doing, they're saying this in the name of the Americans and trying to help the Iranian people and so on and so forth. But it's like, you're not even helping your own people. But now you're trying to go to a different country to try to help them. You see? But you people are buying it up, man. You guys are buying it all up. And then eventually it's going to lead to the demise. It's going to lead to the fall of this place. Right? But that's good, though. We're tired of being here. Right? Because we know, who wins the war at the end. Right? Who's going to come out on top during World War III? Right? And who's going to put an end to World War III? Right? We already know that. We already know how this movie ends. And it doesn't end with Russia being next, China. America's still on top. No. It ends with the kingdom being established on earth. Right? And I just got 2 scriptures. Right? I'm going to close out. Right? Because you guys, people are pride. Right? That the pride is really deceiving you people. Right? But like I said, we like Trump, man. We like him being off because he's the man with the plan. He's getting it done. So we can get out of here. So keep it going, man. Keep bombing these airports and ministers, and keep doing it. Keep doing it, man. Obadiah 1 and 3. Get straight to the point. Right? It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's what all of these Americans, when you go to these, because there's been constant news articles, news videos popping up by the minute about what's going on in Iran, and you go to the comments, these thousands and thousands of comments, some people are against it, but a lot of these people are happy. A lot of these are your typical American Edomites. Happy. Go Trump, do this, yeah. Iran needs to go down, and this and all this, and you don't even understand what this is getting ready to lead to. This is going to lead to your ass being in the draft that's about to happen. And your kids, your sons. It's going to lead to the troops busting down your door. Martial law being enforced. But you go Trump. You people just have no clue what's getting ready to happen in America, man. No clue. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right, which is the American symbol, right? It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to win World War III. That's who's going to be the winner. Ain't going to be, like I said, ain't China ain't up next. Russia ain't, no, man. All the people, they're going into captivity, man. Babylon's going to be destroyed. The elect is going to make it out of here. Right? They're going to get the victory, right, through the blood, right, of Yahushua. Right? And then the other nations, you're going into captivity, man. That's the end. That's the end of the movie, man. Right? There ain't gonna be no Russia. Now Russia's the leading nation now. And then now we're under Russia for another 400, 200, 300 years. No, man. This is it, man. And that's why it's gonna go out with a bang. The end of the movies. This is the end of the age. You gotta understand that word age, man. Right? This is the end of that. This is the end of Esau's age. So with that being said, he's not going to go out without a fight. He's about to round up, kill Jake, and just go ballistic, man. Scriptures say they're going to be like madmen sparing none. Right, which we know they're going to get a lot of, heathens as well. Right? But it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. Because the main people that's a threat, right, to the NWO, to the NWO, right, is the men, right, that's on the highways and byways teaching and preaching the downfall of Babylon. That's going to be looked at as treason, right? And treason, when you're in a society, when you do treason, that's not looked upon lightly, right? It's gonna be looked at as treason, and at any moment, anything can happen, man. And that's why we have to stay prayed up and keep faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, right? At any moment, just like I was listening to the camp from yesterday, from the Elder Yahshua with the Dallas brothers and the Dallas brothers, right? And he was like, at any moment, bro, they can come in, bust at your job, arrest you. You know, like we're at the time of anything can happen, man, and it only takes a day, less than that. You see how fast when the COVID-19 thing happened, but when that started to spread, you see how fast the whole world changed, right? And ever since that time frame happened, look how worse it's gotten. It's never gonna go back to the pre-19 days, right? It's just never gonna happen. So we're getting ready to get up out of here, right? But we know, right? Get this. Revelation 7:1, it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, right? And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, right? Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, man. And we know that the elect, it has to be almost sealed, man. Because things are starting to ramp up a little bit, man. Right? But the elect have to be sealed, right, so they can be covered and protected, right? Then we have to begin there, man. Right? And it's just getting close, and it's beautiful, exciting, scary, anxious, nervous, beautiful. I think I said beautiful already, but we'll say it again. Right? Times, prophecy. Right? It's about to be a point in time where where they're already doing it, but the words are about to be just jumping off the book, man. And to know everything that's getting ready to happen before it does, right? Through the Holy Spirit, right, which is through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's beautiful, man. Because a lot of these people have no clue what's getting ready to happen. Because everything that when we're out there teaching, they don't want to listen. They want to look past us, keep walking, put your headphones back in. But you don't know that the very people that you're walking by, scoffing at, mocking at, they have the answers to everything that's getting ready to happen. And we know the end. We know the end of it before it even happens. And that's the beauty of it. All right, so that's it, man. I just want to touch on that real quick. Hey, Trump is the man with the plan.